Hello everyone, this is VGTI, and today I will be covering a series that I've never talked about before, and that series is Animal Crossing. Everybody probably knows what Animal Crossing is. It's a very happy-go-lucky game filled with happy-go-lucky animals all smiley and happy and asking you how your day's been. It's quite a peaceful game and one that's good to play when you're feeling kind of stressed out. It's good for relaxing. You just go about your day, doing stuff, buying things, talking to the animals, helping out. But isn't this all kind of weird? Isn't it all a little strange that you're the only human in a town full of animals? Sure, it's a video game, but just what the heck's going on here? Now, to give you guys a forewarning, this theory is not my own. It's a pretty well-established theory, definitely not one of the more popular ones, but I have heard it from time to time, and the reason I chose to talk about it is it just intrigues me a lot. And I'll actually be doing another video on Animal Crossing discussing one of the more popular theories about it, but both give a very dark edge to a seemingly very happy game. The theory is that your player character in the Animal Crossing games is dead, and that the town in each game is actually a sort of purgatory or afterlife that your player character has gone to because they just haven't accepted their death yet, and that this is actually a part of the process. Now, I've heard a lot of theories for different video games about your character actually being dead. Some good, some bad, but this one makes a whole lot more sense than the others. And here's some reasons why. First, we want to take a look at what Kappa are. And you may know Cap'n as one of the game's characters. In most of the Animal Crossing games, he is the one who brings you to the town at the beginning of the game, whether he's driving a bus or a cab. But mysteriously enough, he's not actually the one taking you to the town in the beginning of the original Animal Crossing. You're actually just on a train run by monkeys. So keep that in mind. But we have to take a look at the folklore of Kappa. It's a creature that exists within Japanese folklore, and long story short, they're known for kidnapping children. So there's already unfortunate implications there, not to mention the fact that Nintendo is a Japanese company. And what's even more mysterious is that a lot of the animals in these games are based off of real animals. That's normal. But Cap'n, he's based off of something from folklore, something that supposedly does not exist. And he's one of the characters that's like that. The other is a little more complicated, but we'll get to that in a second. So let's keep that in mind, that Kappa supposedly kidnapped children, and that usually Cap'n is the one taking you through your town. He does appear in the original game, but it involves a little more work to actually see him. So you get to the town. On your way there, this mysterious cat named Rover talks to you, and he asks you where you're going, like what you think of your experience, why you're moving, and assures you even, that you're going to have a good time and it's going to be a great experience. And along the way, he gets into contact with one of the most important characters in the game, Tom Nook. You arrive to the town and you meet Tom Nook almost immediately. Now, Tom Nook doesn't incorporate into this theory very much. He will incorporate into the next theory, the more popular one, a lot more than he does here. But keep in mind of what Tom Nook's character is. Remember how I said that Cap'n is one of the only animals in the game that's based off of Japanese folklore? Well, Tom Nook is too, but it's actually not folklore. You see, the Japanese, they had this folklore legend about creatures called tanuki, and they were known as mischievous shapeshifters with shapeshifting powers. But as you'll find out if you do some research, the tanuki are actually real animals in Japan. They're called the Japanese raccoon dogs, and their name in Japanese is tanuki. And Tom Nook's name is a play on this. So he is based off of a legend, but he's also based off of a real creature, one that mistakenly gets translated into raccoon in the States, but it's actually not related to raccoons at all. But the connection here is that Tom Nook and Cap'n are both based off of Japanese folklore, and what this means is that they are important, and they are very important related to the character's death as well. But there's a lot more evidence going on around in the town itself. First, we have the animals. You're told to go meet everybody, and they all treat you nice and normally, but never once is it brought up that you're a human. It's never mentioned. They just treat you like anybody else, like they would treat other animals. It's never once dwelled upon the fact that you're human. After you do all of this, everything seems kind of mysterious, especially the fact that nobody is acknowledging that you're human, but then you start exploring the town and digging things up. And that's what brings us to the gyroids. Gyroids are actually based on something in Japan called haniwa, which were clay figures used back in the Kofun period for ritual use. They were buried with the dead and used in funerals. Now, this is also very weird and also has very unfortunate implications, just like Cap'n did. Why would gyroids be scattered around everywhere in the ground? Why are they in the animals' houses? And not to mention the fact that in the original Animal Crossing, you have your very own gyroid by your house. And this gyroid is yours. It's specifically stated as yours, further hinting that you are dead. So let's assume for a moment that this theory is true. Is there any other weird, eerie hints that you're dead? Well, for one thing, you get constant letters from your mother. And she is going on and on about how she misses you, which would make sense since you moved to a new town. And she's always rambling on about how she's spending her time at the house, and sometimes she forgets that you're not there, things like that. It's hinting that this is her grieving process, and that's what you're witnessing. This is her way of dealing with her sadness, is by writing letters to her dead child. Pretty dark, but then we get to the very last point. What happens when you visit another player's town? It's well known that you can do this in every Animal Crossing game in different ways. Visit other players' towns and see what's going on over in their town. Nice and innocent until you apply this theory. Keeping this theory in mind, this would mean that other players' towns are their own personal purgatory, their own personal afterlife, and that you are visiting their afterlife. And that seems all well and good. I mean, what's wrong with that? Until you get to the glitch from the original Animal Crossing. However, what's interesting about this is that it's not a glitch. Nintendo actually put this in there in the game's code on purpose for it to happen if you made this mistake. And a lot of people theorize on the internet that the reason they did this is kind of an extreme version of Resetti, just to warn you not to turn off your game without saving. But a very mysterious thing happens if you turn off your GameCube Animal Crossing game while you're visiting another player's town without saving and stuff. If you don't save and come back to your town and you just turn off your GameCube and restart the game, you will find that you have lost everything. You're back in your own town, but you've lost all of the stuff in your inventory, and what's most horrifying of all is that your player looks like a gyroid. So what could this possibly mean? Well, we have to take into account the fact that gyroids are everywhere. You can find them after bouts of bad weather like snow or rain, dug into the ground. And this seems to imply that other people are there in your afterlife with you. These are their burial grounds. What's weirder still is that the animals have gyroids in their homes. This seems to be the player seeing other people as gyroids in the afterlife. That's what they're seeing, and that's why when you reset your game without saving in another person's town, this is showing that they see you as a gyroid, just as you see all of the other ones in the houses. This is kind of like how you see each other if this happens, and it's implying even further that you are dead. So what this all seems to lead up to is this. The implications are that your player character died, possibly of drowning due to the whole Kappa-Cap'n association, and that now you are stuck in a sort of purgatory or afterlife, but you don't realize you're dead, and the whole reason you're there is to help you come to terms with it. The reason why all of the citizens of the towns are actually cute animals is because you are playing as a small child. So of course they would see all of the happy-go-lucky normal people that are alive as cute animals. There are other smaller connections, but that's basically the gist of it, and that's pretty much all I have for this theory. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because it's just one of the theories that kind of intrigued me. The reason I thought about it is because I saw the theory that I'll be covering in my next Animal Crossing video, and then I thought of a different possibility and looked that up, and turns out a lot of people have been speculating about this already. I mean, it makes sense because this is coming from a very cute game that's, rated E for everyone. It seems very nice and that there's nothing dark going on, but that's the entire reason that people would theorize something to, ruin childhoods and put a dark spin on a very innocent game. But what these theories seem to prove is that maybe Animal Crossing just isn't so innocent after all. So guys, if you liked the video, please like the video or go about your business. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my channel, video game theories, crazy conspiracy theories of any kind, or just video games in general, or Animal Crossing, then please subscribe and look forward to more content because there will definitely be more coming, along with another Animal Crossing video in the near future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.